Alright guys, so today's video, whoa, look at that. So today's video you're about to see is kind of not a brand, it's just my personal take on the OM3, which I'm recording with right now. So this is OM3 footage, which I'm recording now because I didn't record it then because I held it in the video and I was recording with my GoPro. So this is what the OM3 footage looks like. The IBIS, the stabilization, which, by the way, I have to say the stabilization in this thing is phenomenal. Look at this. I'm walking. Yes, I'm walking around. Like I'm just spinning around, trekking. Look at the stabilized that is. And I'm not even that stable myself. Not that my hands, but you know what I mean. So anyway, enjoy the video. All right, let's talk about the OM3 because this little guy is getting a lot of attention. So I've been using this for a couple weeks now, and I have some thoughts, I have some opinions on this. I have some notes here that I'll be going over. And the first thing I want to talk about, though, is the build quality. Man, this thing it's classic retro look. Now, OM System is known for their rugged bodies, okay? I mean, even the flexible screen, it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's going to come off or shaky. But it's compact, lightweight, weather sealed. I'd feel comfortable with this setup, specifically with the pro lenses like this one, the 12 to 40 f2.8 pro lens. I'm in Australia, so in one of those Australian downpour rain, I'm fine right here. This camera, like I said, it feels like something that I could take out hiking. I can go to the storms. You know what it actually reminds me of? So I shoot with an old Pentax Spotmatic is what it's called. It's the K1000, but it's before the K mount. It's the M42 mount, and that thing feels like a brick, like a tank. Like I can just take it somewhere, I can beat somebody with it, but it's not going to give up on me. Now this feels obviously more digital than the old film mechanical cameras, but it gives that reminiscent, probably of the original OM1, if you will, from the film era. Other than missing, personally, prefer this a little bit of a nub right here, a little grip to hang on. Otherwise, though, I don't feel like I'm nervous with this. I'm not like, oh, something's gonna happen, or you know how a lot of these new mirrorless bodies, they have that cheapish plastic feel to them. If this feels quite premium, it's a combination of different materials, plastics, metals. That's how I test. I have a tungsten ring. I just tap. But yeah, that's actually how I tell if something's glass or not. Not obviously it's glass. I'm not going to try it there. The other thing I want to talk about, though, yes, I know it's Macro Four Thirds. I shoot with Lumix S5 II predominantly, so I get it. Full frame. May not like it, but you have to remember, Macro Four Thirds still exists, and it exists for a reason. They're fast, they're responsive, and the images are better than people actually expect them out of these little guys. So if you only shoot in severe low light situations, of course you're going to notice the noise. Or if you are seeking the ultimate shallow depth of field or the best dynamic range, absolutely. If you're a specs chaser, out the window. This, though, that Macro Four Thirds sensor, is it full frame? No. Does it need to be? No. It's just focusing on what it is. Good quality built camera to get you anywhere you need to go and get footage, get photos, videos. You know, speaking of that, on the photo side, the autofocus, okay? Surprisingly good. I'll put up some shots here. I did some panning shots in the city with this, and I was quite impressed, quite pleased at its ability to capture and track somebody in a moving motion. Really, really sharp. The only thing I haven't tried with this personally is wildlife. I mean, I can hear some birds around me, but obviously I'm at 40 mil max, so there is that. But coming from somebody who my only other OM Systems camera is the TG7, this is huge. Obviously, this is top of the line. But comparing it to, say, my S5 II, I mean, I think it actually surpasses my S5 II's tracking performance in photo. I haven't tried it so much in video. We'll do a video test here in a bit. But I mean, are we looking at something that is A7R5 AI tracking comparable? No, of course not. But you're not in that price range either. And for what you do get, I mean, come on. Now back into the video side. If you're a pixel peeper who's chasing 8K, who wants Netflix approved, it's just the wrong ecosystem for you entirely. If you want solid 4K footage, okay, social media, YouTube, TikToks, those type things, this is a beast. This is something to really consider. In that regard, you will find yourself quite surprised with what it can do. And sorry, I have it on, so I'm like messing with the tracking and all that. But this is not something that you build out as a cinema rig. This is not a cinema camera. This is for telling stories. I would see this as a journalist camera, a traveling photographer's camera, somebody who's gets to go around the world, who's going to interesting places, meeting interesting people in all kinds of different weather situations. You're gonna want this, you know. It's compact, it's lightweight. I mean, that kit there, my goodness, it's basically a 24-70 f2.8 with this lens and the body, and my S5 II body is almost the size of that. So, I mean, let's be real here. Your packability is going to be a lot less in weight, which we all know is a huge thing to consider. With this, though, I will say it makes it fun again. So it's small, it's tough, lightweight, packs a punch. The colors pop. Really good blues, I find. The computational photography in here as well. This has built-in ND filters, which, great, fabulous. Built-in NDs saves me money on filters. But it goes a step further, and they put graduated ND filters in here. Built-in. Like inside the camera. So I can designate a grad, move it around the screen. I can even turn it any direction. So say I'm shooting the ocean and the sky's not bright enough, or say the sky's bright enough, the ocean has a lot of sun glare, I can invert it and darken that down, or vice versa, use it from the sky. That to me is huge. So with all that said, you know, I've had quite an experience shooting this. Lately, I've been shooting a little bit more in shutter priority and aperture priority. When I did the panning shots I showed you earlier, those were in full manual. And I played with the color profile dial on the front there, and really fell in love with the black and whites. As for the colors, I liked setting up a profile. Maybe I haven't had it long enough, but I found it cumbersome setting one up and saving it and reusing it. For black and white, I kind of just make one black and white and I fall in love. I don't really make several different black and white setups. But the color setups, you know, if I wanted to do like a blue and orange, teal orange, and then maybe I want to do just a general warm shedding, and then maybe more of a filmic vibe, you can do that. I didn't explore it to the point of having like several saved in the camera. I just haven't had it that long. But final verdict for this thing, I'm just going to tell you now. You got Micro Four Thirds efficiency, that's a strength. Incredible IBIS. Haven't really talked about that, but the handheld ability. I've been testing out the handheld 50 megapixel shots. You do 80 megapixels if you go on a tripod, but the 50 megapixel handheld blows my mind when you punch in. And I mean, I'm not the steadiest of hands, but I'm not really, super shaky either. So, really good there. Colors with character, and the camera feels really, really good to use, except, like I said, that grip. Now, if you were to skip this camera, I would say skip it because you want low light performance, super shallow depth of field. I mean, they have 1.2 lenses, but with a crop, technically you're going to be still a little bit wider of a depth of field. I get it. Or if you need high-end cinema. If you're doing social media, YouTube, TikToks, Instagram, beautiful. But yeah, this camera, unless you like flexing to your friends about your Sony specs, this is something to look into. Definitely a system to not ignore. And as a creator myself, I kind of want one. Like, this could be this setup, the OM3 with the 12 to 40 mil 2.8. I feel could be like the ideal everyday carry, dare I say. And I mean, if you watch my videos, I've been harping on it, everyday carries for a little bit about which one to choose, this and that. I have TG7 for that. I also have just recently picked up the Fuji X-E1 with a 35 mil, just because I miss Fuji. But it doesn't have anything like this. I mean, try it. If you get a chance to feel this, pick it up, play with it, try it. You won't be let down. I said, unless you're a spec chaser, which, at that point, are you a photographer or are you a spec chaser? This is for the photographer. Pure and simple. You want to go out hiking, you want to go travel the world, you want to go somewhere, get something done, capture some footage, this is your camera. I would prefer this over the OM2, even though the OM2 has the grip, just because the body size, because a small grip on here would actually give me still a small body versus the OM2, which is slightly bigger. Yes, this doesn't have dual card slots, but for what I would be using this for, it would not be for client work. This would be for my socials, my YouTube, my travels, not subjects and businesses. So I'll save the S5 II for that. I'm not buying this right now. I'm talking like I'm going to buy it. Maybe one day, not today. Thank you for watching, and follow me for more on YouTube here. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my Instagram, Carolina Hawkeye, for more photos that I've taken with this. Will be there as well as other cameras I've shot with. Thanks for watching. Oh, check out my website, ricknelson.photography. I also have a podcast that's live now. I've been doing it for a couple months straight. Once a week drop on Fridays, Australian time, so Thursday, US time. Yeah. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.